Oh.
I was just thinking of maggots.
She was shit. Wow,
Oh,
wow,
maggots.
wow. Just shame on you for being the one with the mind in the gutter,
Starting
okay?
in 5, 4, 3. Go ahead and switch. 2, 1. Action.
Hey guys, welcome to the CTech Careers in Media Entertainment podcast. I'm here, your host, being Leonel Moreno Salazar,
And I'm Chloe.
and I'll be interviewing her about a bunch of delicious desserts. Actually, I'll be interviewing her about pumpkin pie. That's the only thing she'd be doing.
Yeah, pumpkins were actually used as a Greek word, pepon, which means like harvest.
Pumpkin was a Greek word. Can you elaborate on that?
Pepon was the Greek word for pumpkin.
What an interesting word. Can you say that again?
Pepon.
Pepon.
Yeah, it was for like the harvest time. It's also a symbol of harvest and love and whatnot.
I'm sorry. Pumpkins are a symbol of love.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. How did that come up to be?
It was actually the first like pumpkin dish was made in the like Thanksgiving time. They actually scooped out all the gooey stuff inside the pumpkin and put like milk and cream in it and sugars and whatnot and just drank it straight out of the gourd.
Interesting. Can you tell me how pumpkin pie came to be?
Oh, it was made by a French chef named Francois. I can't. Hang on. Francois Pierre Lavrensis.
Yeah, that sounds French.
And it was made in 1663.
That was a long time ago. Wow.
And he actually recommended to make like the crust out of pumpkin, milk, and whatnot to make like the crust. And since then, we don't really do that.
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
we
that
just buy
doesn't sound the
it from the
best.
store. And no, he also published it in a book, basically, which is actually called the French Cookbook.
French cookbooks. Interesting.
Did you know sugar pumpkins were actually used to be made for pumpkins? For pumpkin pie?
I don't know what a sugar pumpkin is. Can you? delve deeper
Sugar
into that?
pumpkins are actually a type of pumpkin, and they have a nickname called pie pumpkins for that reason, because they have so much sugar in them.
Well, yeah, that's interesting. But I think we should wrap things up. It was nice conversing with you.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Okay, next up we have a different person. They're going to be talking about apple pie. Apples. We all love apples, you know. Nothing gets us more American than apple pie, you know. Hello.
Hello.
May you tell us some interesting facts about apple pie?
Yes, I may. My name is Cole Rilt, and I'll be here talking to you, I guess, about apple pie. One of the main facts about it is that a lot of people say that as American as apple pie, a popular saying, I guess, amongst Americans, but it was
Obviously,
actually
yeah.
made. It was actually made in Europe.
You're
specifically
lying. No.
in England.
No, that's not
Yeah.
true. That's just not true.
Yeah.
No.
It was made in England.
You're lying. When was it made then, huh? When?
It was
Where?
made in 1381 by a little granny. Her name was Maria Ann Smith.
That sounds British, yeah. That sounds
It could
British.
be. She was a variety cooker, so she cooked a variety of like sweet and like I guess tart pies, which was nice. Most of it was made with like dried fruit, which because there was no sugar in it.
Okay, so you're telling us that the first apple pie was not sugary sweet.
No.
It was made with dried apples. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was made with dried fruit and a lot of like, basically, it was made with orchard apples and like a mixture of orchard apple and like a European crab apple. It was a like, I guess like a genetic mutation apple.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very strange.
it is very strange how like many apples there are. There's like tons of different apples
There
that
are a
people
lot
can
of
use now.
apples. I know like at least 2 apples.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, there's a wide variety of them. A lot of them were like high in flour or in like fiber and potassium.
I'm sorry, what potassium?
Yeah, they're.
But that's bananas thing.
Yeah, I know
What?
it's bananas thing.
Explain. You're lying.
No, it's made with it's in high in fiber and potassium because of apples and the sweeteners that people put in it now and stuff like that. It has a lot of
So like
high
modern
nutrients.
modern apple pie has potassium.
Yeah, modern apple pie.
You're telling they're sneaking bananas in our apple pie. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. It could be sneaking it in. Whole little government conspiracy.
They're always putting unnecessary things in our products. It's
I know,
a
right?
shame.
Unnatural sweeteners. So bad for you. Honestly, it really is. A lot of people, like, early, they used to take off the crust. Some people do.
Sometimes the crust is the best part, though. What do you mean by that?
Like, some people like to take off the crust, you know? Some people like to remove it, add more sugars and spices, and then put it back on.
Spices? You
Yes.
say spices?
Yes, spices.
Spices in apple pie, like what?
Like cinnamon or...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cinnamon's
Yeah.
a spice. That always
Yeah,
gets
cinnamon is a spice. Yes, you didn't know that?
me. Sometimes I forget, okay.
Sometimes you forget. I feel that. Honestly, I forget a lot of things, too.
Yeah, well, it was a pleasure having you. I think we should wrap things up.
Oh, yeah. Pleasure to talk to you with, too.
Yeah. Okay, next up, final group of our C-Tech people. We have an individual who will be conversing about pecan pie. It's said pecan, it's not pecan. I'm not trusting anyone who says otherwise. Hello.
Hello.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Jude, and I'm going to be talking to you about pecan pie.
Pecan.
Pecan.
Let's just agree to disagree. Okay, what can you tell us, the viewers, about pecan pie?
So, pecans originated in North America, and in 1898 they started making them into pies.
Took that long.
Yeah, I
Till
guess. Yeah,
1890
yeah.
till
it
the
did.
1890s to make pecan pie.
I don't know what people were thinking back then, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably around the time when people are bored.
bored. That makes sense. There wasn't much to do in 1898. I reckon. You know, what there's like the Wild West was practically ending. Like there's no more cowboy gun shooters out there. There's not much to do.
I guess they just started making pies.
Pies out of everything. You've got pecan. You've got key lime. That sounds strange. You got all sorts of things.
Yeah. So eventually they started adding caro syrup. I'm not sure how to say it, but it made it sweeter. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds
I'm
interesting.
not sure when they started adding it, but they did.
So
at some point.
pecan pie was not sweet when it was first made.
Yeah, so it was a little bit different. But nowadays they have caro syrup or whatever.
So like it was probably very bitter. The very first.
yeah, it probably wasn't that
pecan pie.
good. So
Yeah.
they must have been really bored.
Yeah, that's that's just how it was back then.
Yeah. So National Pecan Day is on
There's
July
a
12th.
National Pecan Day.
Yes,
not
July
pecan.
12th.
You're changing me. Pecan.
Yeah, so the July 12th.
July 12th.
Yep, July 12th. Make sure you celebrate that next time.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a big deal in Texas.
Big deal. How
Yeah.
so?
Well, because it's their state pie.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
it's a staple down there. Like they just love it.
Well, that makes sense. It's I always think of like pecan pie as being something more south, like among cornbread and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
Texas is one of the main producers of pecan pie.
Interesting.
You know, a crazy fact about pecan pie is in 2012, the world record was 41,000 pounds, and it had a diameter.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
It was 41,000 pounds, the pie, and it had a diameter of 50 feet.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine that.
Yeah,
50
see,
feet
again, they must have been really bored.
in 2012. There was a lot to do. You know,
I don't know.
movies. There were so many good movies coming out in 2012. Okay, how bored? Well, it's Texas, but they got guns down there. They can do whatever they want. You know.
Yeah.
They got flamethrowers down there. There's so much to do down in Texas. So why bake a 50-foot, 42,000-pound pie?
I have no clue.
You know what? I get it. It's because everything's bigger down in Texas.
That must have been it. That
The
was
gas
it.
station's massive. Texas, massive. Pecan pies, massive. It makes so much sense. Well, I think we've conversed enough about pecan pie and giant pies in general. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
All right.
I think we're going to have to wrap things up.
All right. Thanks for your time, Leon.
So, that concludes our very first podcast, which is better than the one that was done in the morning. Objectively. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Okay. For more information about CTech, you can visit our website at myctech.org.